Hello. Good late evening. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it. That was me having my tantrum. Sure has been aggravating me every video I do with good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Stop. First off, let's talk about crackers. Sherm came back from the dollar store. He said he came back with this package. Now look, you see this shiny blue package. I thought he had Rice Krispie treats. No, they're not. He said, look at these crackers. They're saltine crackers. And if you can see, they're not cut like other crackers. They're cut in triangle shapes. See the line? It's like 2 triangle shapes on each one side of the cracker. So you get 4 triangles per thing. And there's 3 sealed packages in this. 3 Stay Fresh packs. And this was only $1 at Dollar General. And I really like this package. $1 and geez. I like the packaging really well. I like the fun shape of the cracker. I like the fact that it's just shiny and beautiful, and I just love the packaging. And it just don't come in a boring cardboard box. I really like this. Better than the box. And they're cheaper than a box of crackers. I don't know. You probably don't get as many as you would in a box of crackers, but you get a pretty good bit because, like I said, there's 3 packages inside this, and each package is about from here to here. Here's the start of one package, and here's where it ends. So there's, you know, several layers of cracker. Little Dutch-made saltines are an ideal food for your family. They're a good source of iron, vitamins B1, B2, and B3, and they're free of cholesterol and trans fat. And you can have 5 crackers hang on a sec. Five crackers for 120 calories. I was reading what said about 9 servings per pack, and 5 crackers times 9 servings. It seems like there's more crackers than that in this pack. Sure seems like there's more than like 45 crackers in here. I don't know, I don't care. I still like the packaging. It was only $1. So I thought that was a good buy. And the only thing that I don't like about it is it reminds me of Rice Krispie treats. And I keep wanting Rice Krispie treats every time I see the package. That's the only thing I have bad to say about those. Had flyaway hair where it's going to rain, my hair was all frizzied out like this, so I had to spray it down. In case my friend is watching this vlog, my friend from sparkpeople.com that I said I would make a pink necklace for, well, she wanted a pink necklace, so I told her that I would have to wait till I got the money to get a chain. So I got the chain today. So I want to show you what it looks like. I'll be sending it out in the mail for you. Not tomorrow because it's a holiday. So Saturday or Monday, I'll send it out. It's a 24-inch chain. You said you needed one bigger than 18 inches, so it's 24 inches. I got silver because silver matches the pendant backing collar that I put on it. But here's what your necklace looks like that you'll be getting. This is how long it is. And there's the stone. I gave you, you said you wanted the plain boring pink one. I gave you the pink one that I had done with the pretty shiny glitter in it. So the really pretty hot pink stone for you. So, and these chains hang just about the perfect length. So if I put it on, you know, it'd hang down to there. So, because I've got a chain the same length. I prefer 30 inches for myself, but the chain I've got right now is a 24-inch, and I like it just fine as well. And plus, they didn't have any there. All they had was 24 or smaller at Walmart. But I got your necklace done, and I will send it out next day the mail runs. I got it'll be arriving in a bubble protected envelope, and it'll also be wrapped well in bubble wrap. So it should arrive safely. Hope you like it. I gave all my other stones away, guys, so if you see any of the stones on my videos that you like, I'm sorry, but they're already all gone. I'm still going to make some. Excuse me. I don't got many big stones left that I can do. A lot of them are scratched up, and I didn't do that. They get that way when they're in the bag. When they're rattling together in the bag, when they're in the store and stuff, you know, when they ship them and stuff. So a lot of the ones I pick out to do are scratched up on the front or got big nicks out of them. I've got them with even big chunks out of them like this. This big of a chunk out of it. And that's why you got to watch when you're getting in them bags if you get them stones, because you can get cut on them, so you want to be careful going through them. I haven't had the small stones. I don't know why. I've got a lot of those left. They get scratched up and nicked too. They don't seem to do as bad as the big ones, but I've got a lot of bad ones of those ones also. But getting my rent money out of the way here. You gotta take that down there tonight, Sherm. I keep my big stones in this container here, and I've got, this thing was running over full, but as you can see, I've only got that many stones left, big stones, and probably half of these are scratched up or nicked up, because I look at them to try to find a good one and do it, and I throw it back in there because it's bad. For example, see this one I just picked up? I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. Yeah, you can. See all those little spots that's showing up right there? Right there on the side, you see these spots? See those spots in the front there? My webcam keeps freezing up, I'm sorry. Those are all nicks and scratches on the stone. So a lot of them will come that way, and I make my stuff, you know, for my friends and stuff for free. I don't charge nobody for these, but when I'm making something, I am not going to use a stone that's all chipped up and scratched up and nasty looking, even if it's free, because if I'm making something for someone, I want to do it the best job I can, regardless if it's free or not. But I always do my stuff for free. But yeah, this one, the next one I pull out of here, big chunk out of it right there. See it right there? Big chunk out of that. Like I said, half of these ones I got left, the big ones, are chunked up. And I don't have the money. This month was a really, really tight month for us. We had a lot of stuff to do. Sherm's birthday is this month. My birthday's this month, which I didn't even take out anything for my birthday because I really could care less. I didn't even want a present, but I had to take out for tags for our truck because it's in my name, and regardless, it would be in one of our birthdays, but it's in my name, so I had to get the tags before my birthday, so I had to take out for that this month, and I had, all the bills had raised starting this month, the rent and the Time Warner and the electric, and the food stamps went basically down to nothing, so, and all the other bills went up, so, yeah, it's our first month where everything's went up, so it's really, you know, we got an increase in the rent, like over $100 increase, so that alone is, you know, and then both of our cell phones is $45 a month. You got to buy the cards for, and Sherm got his, but I haven't got mine yet. I don't know if I'll even be able to get it. If I can't, then my phone will just be canceled. I don't know why I even really got one.
Honey?
What?
You'll keep yours.
But
I was going to get it today. It was down.
Yeah, I guess Sherm was going to get mine today, but they said, Walmart said the Straight Talk card machine thing was down or something, and you couldn't buy the cards. I don't know, but so still gonna try to do that this month. And I mean, I've already got all the bills. Well, I still got bills that's coming that I need to pay, and I'm running out of money, you know. So I'm just saying it's a tight month, and I couldn't afford, what I'm getting at is I couldn't afford to go buy more luxury items, considered luxury items, like these stones and stuff. Just my hobbies that I like to sit around here and do, and to help keep my mind off things. I like to keep stocked up in them, so I have them to do them, you know. Because some nights I just sit around and I get really, really depressed, or I have a lot of stuff on my mind, worrying about the kids and stuff, and I can't sleep. And these stones really keep me, you know, my mind thinking of what design to do, and paint this and paint that, and make this for this, and it keeps my mind busy, so I can try not to think about, you know, things, worry about things as much. But I just couldn't afford it this month, and the small ones, I want to make rings out of my small stones. I've got a whole bunch of small stones. I just need the ring backs, and I could not make it to Chillicothe. Our vehicle is running like a piece of crap. It's getting worse and worse. The transmission is going out of it, guys. It's been going out for a while, and Sherm just got a tune-up for that thing last month. Okay, he got a tune-up for it, and he got an oil change, and I think that's it. And that alone was the tune-up alone was almost $200. It was what, 188 something?
Yeah.
$188 something for the tune-up, and that was the cheapest place that we found in Wellston to do it. It was higher here. Here in MacArthur, they wanted $250 to do a tune-up, and they weren't even going to change the fuel filter that Wellston did for $188. But anyway, I thought, you know, but the transmission's still going out of it, and they said with a four-wheel drive, which was what we have, it'd be about $3,000 for a new transmission, which is no way we're ever going to have $3,000 ever in our lifetimes. So we was hoping to get money to get another vehicle since Sherm got his disability through, but they decided with the back pay, after they paid the welfare and stuff back, after they paid everybody back, Sherm had, they're sending him a check for $170. They said today when we talked to them. So, and they said that should come in 6 months, around December. So, because he's been fighting his case, they like to cheat you because he's been fighting his case for a long time, years now. Okay. And they kept denying him. He's been denied 3 times. Okay? That's how long he's been fighting it. And we filled it out the last time. And the lawyer said that they was going to reappeal it again. So she said, just sign the paper and, you know, we'll take care of it and everything. Well, I filled all that paperwork out again, which is a freaking hassle. You know how that is. And we called him one day for some reason. I don't know whatever we called Social Security for. What the reason was for. It wasn't a month after I filled out that paperwork, and they're like, "Sir, why aren't you getting a check? You've been approved." They told Sherm. We're like, no, he's fighting his case. His case was appealed, and he's fighting against it, you know. No, your case has already been approved, sir. You should have already been in pay. Like what was it, a month ago?
Yeah.
So, that was really shocking, and that was like a blessing from God, because now Sherm can keep his medical card. The money part don't, you know, really help us much because, like I said, the way our bills are with living in a place where your rent goes based on your income and everything, and so does your bills, well, the electric anyway, and our bills keep going up anyway. Like Time Warner is going up again, I just heard, after they just raised me like $50. Now it's going up again, they said. But anyways, we don't have no more money now than what we did when we was just having my check, because all of our bills have went up. We have to pay more. Like I said, we got our increase in our rent since Sherm got his check started. We had to pay over $100 more for rent every month, and plus all the other bills. And our food stamps went down to, like I said, basically nothing when we was getting like 200 in food stamps. Now we're not even getting like 100. So, and I mean, when we had 200 in food stamps, it didn't even last the whole month. We was always out of food within like the second week. I mean, like the last week or week and a half of the month, we didn't have hardly anything. But last month was an okay month. You know, but this month is just starting the process of where Sherm gets his check and everything goes up. And like I said, it's not like it's a blessing to us because he can keep his medical card, and if something happens to me, I know he'll be taken care of because he'll have an income. Some people think that just because I get a check and he gets a check now, that we have double the money. Well, that's not how it goes. Excuse me. Because you're married, it goes based on spousal rate. So I was getting $721 a month. And that's what we was living on, $721 a month, plus our food stamps. Well, since SHRM got approved, they dropped my check down $200 to 500 and I don't know what they said, 508 or something, I don't know. It was 500 and something. And then SHRM gets, so much. But because a couple can't get over a certain amount. So it's not like I'm getting 721 and he's getting 721 too. It's not like we're getting a double, pay like we was two individuals living separately. We're married and we live in the same household, so we don't get as much. They take out less. They take out of mine to add into his, and it's stupid because they won't even put it on the same card. You got to have it separately, and it's stupid. I don't know. They said the government won't let them pay more than that for a couple. And they said that his back pay was so low because they had just approved it after I had filled out the last paperwork. Like I told you guys, it wasn't even a month when we called and they said he had already been approved. That's where I had filled out that last batch of paperwork. So all the times he was fighting for all those years that they kept denying him, and they kept appealing and appealing, the lawyers did not matter. All they took it back on was that less than a month where I had filled out that last bit of paperwork to reappeal it again. And that's what they took out to consider the back pay. And then after they paid the welfare back and the lawyer and everything else, SHRM gets $107 or $170, whatever. So, but that's supposed to come in December, so I told him, well, maybe be a blessing for us then. We might have a little bit of money for Christmas. So, I'll be able to get SHRM something, and maybe my niece and nephew and my mom and my aunt and uncle something, and Dottie something for Christmas. So, that'll be a blessing when it comes. I'll take $100. I was just thinking it would be, if he ever got approved, it would be a lot more than it. We was just hoping for enough to be able to get us a car. We wanted a car because, like I said, the transmissions went out of the truck, and I was going to give my truck to my mom because I didn't want to sell it or trade it in on anything, because my mom doesn't have a vehicle, and I asked her if she wanted the truck if we was able to get a car, and she gladly said yes. And I wished I could have gave it to her, because I don't like her being there with not having a vehicle, not having a way to go somewhere when she needs to go somewhere. And now we're not going to have enough to get a car, and we tried to go through a car place like Norris and Glockland and bunch of other ones I did. They told me they wouldn't approve us unless we paid 70% down of the car price. Wow. The sun just decided to shine right through my blind into my face, as you can see. I'm like, whoa. That looks weird. But, yeah. So what is the point? If you had to pay 70% down of the car, hello, because the guy on the phone, they don't listen to him, guys, because they lie to you to get you in there. He told me, he said, you don't have to worry about having money down. You don't have to put money down, he said. You don't have to worry about that at all. And he's like, everything sounds great. You need to just come in and look at our used cars. And I said, I had explained to him that I had to take Dottie to Mom's first. Bring her with you, He said, bring her with you. So we went in there. They was really rude. He kept standing over there talking to another guy. Walked off from us several times. We sat there for I don't know how long before he even came back over. And it was a totally different guy, and I told him who I had talked to. And he's like, you can't just walk in here and this be a so-and-so deal, and you got to have 70% down to put down as a down payment in order to get the car, and then your interest is going to be really, your payments every month is going to be really, really high. I was like, well, you know, that's not what they told me on the phone, or I wouldn't have wasted my gas coming all the way to Chillicothe. I was mad. But did I say anything? Of course not. And it wasn't the easiest place to take a wheelchair in either, because they didn't have a wheelchair ramp, so you know, it was a pain. And it was hot that day, and I was getting mad because Dottie was out there in the car barking, and they said, bring her with you, and then I finally said, you know, if you don't get back over here, we're leaving, because I'm not leaving her out there no longer. And this was a day it was cool, and it was, you know, it was hot, but it was cooling down, it was starting to rain, but still, I wasn't leaving her out there no longer, because she gets herself all worked up barking. And I knew it was a waste of time after he started saying all that crap. And he just kept repeating the same stuff over and over and over. And I don't know how he got an idea that Sherm had, because I had never told him about Sherm's Social Security. And he's like, so there's an issue with the back pay. You guys might be getting some back pay. Then give us a call. And I'm thinking, how do you know about that? Because I haven't even mentioned to you about any back pay. And at the time, we didn't even know how much Sherm was getting. But like I said, I was hoping it was going to, you know, go back a long ways so we'd be able to get a car. And I was hoping just to get, you know, a car for $2,000 or $3,000 or cheaper, $1,000 to $3,000, you know, something like that. You know, just a good, dependable car that'd get you where you need to go. I don't want a brand new car. I'd like to have a brand new car. Who wouldn't? But we don't need a brand new car. You know what I mean? I just wanted a good, dependable car that could get you where you need to go and back, you know, without breaking down alongside the road. But, and I wanted to give Mom ours, and I even felt bad giving her that because I know the transmission's going out, but, you know, I'd rather give it to her for free than sell it to someone, you know, because she needs a vehicle. But now I can't even do that, and we can't get a vehicle because, like I said, his back pay's only going to be $107 or $170, whatever they said. So, yeah. So, I don't think $100 is going to qualify as 70% down for an A-car. And my aunt found one today. She's like, how much is he getting? Because I found one today for $1,900 online. It looked really nice, and I'm thinking, I bet it is. I wish we had $1,900, but sorry, found out today. Ain't getting that much. Yeah, we just found out today, so nice. And some other bad crap that they told us that I really don't want to get into because we're trying to get that resolved. Stupid issue that somebody mixed up in there that might cause our payments to be all mixed up next month and might make mine or his check or both of them not even come next month because the woman that's in charge of it messes it up all the time. She messed it up before, and she won't never call you back. She messed mine up before, and I didn't get a check for almost a whole month. And she kept saying she was fixing it, and I couldn't. She finally quit answering my calls. It was a whole month, wasn't it? Yeah, because we kept telling our landlord, you know, it's an issue with my check. I haven't got paid yet. Social Security's got my check messed up, you know, because we was never late on the rent, and I hadn't got paid yet because she had messed it up. Well, that's what they're saying now again, that she's messed something up, and she's on vacation for 2 weeks. So, and I said, yeah, but we've been trying to call her for a week. Well, she's on vacation for 2 more weeks, starting whatever day. And so I called the guy in charge of her last time when it was over my check, and it wasn't no time she was calling back because He was the one that was over my case before she was, and apparently he's in charge over her, because he says, I'll tell her, I'll make sure that she gets this message and gets a hold of you. And she called, and then she was really nice and got it straightened up real quick. Then I got my check here pretty quick, which thank God, because my insurance was going to be, my car insurance was going to be canceled that very same day as I got my check, the very same day. No lie. That was a godsend right there. Because we got A1 General car insurance, which is crap, because it's the cheapest, which just raised as well, $20-some. Yeah. They said everybody's had to because the state of Ohio did something or whatever. They said it's not just us, so, but anyway. Theirs, if you don't pay it by a certain day at midnight, the certain day that they give you in the month, by midnight, they cancel you right then and there. And it is not a lie. Because we waited a day late before, when we lived in Ray, we waited a day late, and they had canceled us. We had to do a reinstatement fee and everything. So I was lucky my check came that day, so I could get it paid before it canceled at midnight. So I'm hoping next month, with her messing it up again like they said she did, I hate to talk that way about her, and I hate to think that way, but she's not returning the calls. We've left message after message. Sherm's doctor even tried to get a hold of her and call her. She won't return her call. I mean, we've been trying to get a hold of her, and she won't return the calls at all. And they said she's messed it up. They've already told us today that she messed it up. And they're like, didn't she tell you this? And we're like, no, she never mentioned it. Well, she should have told you this at the beginning, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So I'm just hoping our checks are not messed up next month. I'm hoping, you know, we get everything so we can get our bills paid. Because I really do not want to go through that again. That was horrible. Without getting everything shut off. And I don't like being late on my rent either. That was the first time I was late on the rent, because, and that was because it wasn't my fault. It was because my check, stupid Social Security messed my check up. Because I always like to pay our rent. You know, I even pay it before it's due. Because I want to, you know, I like to pay my bills. But, I just have this bad feeling that once she told us that today, that it was all messed up in the computer again. I just have this feeling, guys, that next month is going to be a pain in the behind. I just have a feeling that's going to be deja vu from what it was a few months ago when she did it to me. And that is really, really going to be bad. But, you know, just gotta wait and see. But, do you know, I've been rambling on for over a half hour? Yep. So much more to tell, so much more to tell. I've been having some issues. My stomach the last 2 days. It's not from my stomach disease, it's from other issues that I had before, years ago, that keep popping up rarely, every now and then. That's put me in the hospital several times, and I've seen several doctors for, and none of them can figure out what the cause of it is. That's why I finally just, when I have the pain, I quit going, because I get tired of it. I get tired of them basically being like, there's nothing there, there's nothing, we can't find anything. And you're in excruciating pain. I mean, it was so bad. That one time, Sherman, Mom, and my aunt took me to the hospital. I was wobbling down the hospital floor to go to the bathroom in pain, moaning, because I could barely walk. It's TMI, but I think I have PCOS, which I know I have cysts on my ovaries, but that's why it kind of makes me feel like it's my ovary that's doing the pain, because it's like, you know, down that area, but up also underneath, I hate to say underneath my stomach, because people that are skinny or not obese like I am, you know, what's under your stomach mean, you know what I mean? But be right at one top of your vagina or right above your vagina, I would say, okay? That's really embarrassing, but I need to talk to somebody about it. It feels like you get this, it's a pressure. It starts out as a pressure, a really, really strong pressure. And then you'll have sharp, stabbing, shooting pains down there, all the way up, inside, and under, you know. And it's mostly on the right side. And it feels like, this is going to sound stupid, but when that pressure's there, like the pressure's there now, it's been there for 2 days. The shooting pain comes and goes. It's not hurting right now. It's just the pressure right now. Feels like, here's what it feels like to me. Somebody has a bowling ball, and they shove a bowling ball up inside you. And it's just laying over here on your right side, like on your right ovary, inside they shove it up. It feels like you got a big heavy bowling ball laying right inside you down there. That's what it feels like. And then I start bleeding really bad. I started bleeding last night with it. And if you don't know me, then you won't understand, but if you know me, you'll understand, because I have not had a period since I was 19 years old. That's why I cannot have children. They told me I'd never have kids. And I've got PCOS. And like I said, that causes, I haven't had, from PCOS, I haven't had a period since I was 19. They've given me Provera and birth control and everything to try to start it, but nothing ever worked. They even did a DNC on me. My gynecologist said if she did the DNC and then put me on Provera, she would guarantee that would work. And she's like, we can get anybody pregnant. So, Dottie's getting mad for some reason, but she did the DNC, then put me back on the Provera. Nothing. Not a spot of blood. The only time I will ever bleed, very, very rare, very rare, the only time I will ever bleed is when, now this may sound like a lie, it may sound stupid, but it's the God's honest truth. The only time I will bleed is when I get really worked up and upset. I don't know if it's because my blood pressure goes up or what, but yeah, and when I'm having this pain down, this bowling ball pressure and the shooting pains, and that's the only other time I'll bleed. And sometimes when I have that pain and pressure, like all the times they put me in the hospital, it didn't even bleed then. It was just the pain and the pressure. It didn't even bleed, but last night I started bleeding. And today I was bleeding as well. Still bleeding as well. So the bleeding is, you know, kind of new with this thing, because I never bled with it before. I had a real bad bleeding spell years ago, and I haven't really, like I said, I don't bleed any other time unless I get really, really worked up, and my blood pressure, I think, maybe goes too high or something, because then I'll bleed and have, you know, blood clots and something, and after like an hour or two, few hours or whatever, I'll be fine. It'll just stop, it'll go away, and I won't have it again. Could be years. It's like years ago, and every single time, I thought it was just a fluke. I thought it was something else, but it Slim Fast. Every time I tried to drink Slim Fast, go on a Slim Fast diet, I thought, no, it can't be the Slim Fast. Wrong. It is. For me, it does something to my body. It makes me bleed profusely. I went to an auction. I was on a diet, and I went to an auction years ago when me and Sherm lived in Ray with my aunt and uncle. And I had drank a Slim Fast shake before we left. And I just started feeling, I wasn't bleeding or anything, you know. I hadn't had a period for years, so I didn't. And I started feeling really, really sick. So weak. And it was like, you're really, really pale. Something's wrong with you. And I got home, and I about fell in the door. As soon as I got in the hallway door, I collapsed on the bed. I thought for sure I was going to die. I felt like I was going to die. And I was covered in blood down there. There was blood all over. I thought I was going to bleed to death. There was that much blood. And like I said, I about literally collapsed, passed out from it. I thought for sure I was going to die that night. And that was back in the day when I was scared to death to go to doctors, and I never went to any, so I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed home and laid in bed, and it eventually stopped. Stopped, like the next day, or later that night, or the next day, I was fine again. I quit taking the Slim Fast, and didn't bleed again. Until, you know, I get worked up again, or have another Slim Fast. I quit taking the Slim Fast, because every time I drank one of them Slim Fast shakes, it done it to me, every single time. And that last time scared me to death. I thought for sure I was going to die. So I knew it was the Slim Fast that does it too, but like I haven't had a Slim Fast in years, so and I couldn't think of what I got upset about. You know, I thought maybe I lifted something heavy yesterday, but I couldn't think of anything that I had lifted. And Dottie, I don't know why are you crying? She wants you in here, Sherm. And I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I couldn't think of lifting anything yesterday. I can't remember if I was upset about anything. That's how my mind is today. I can't even think about yesterday, of what I even thought about yesterday. How sad is that? Yeah. So I thought then maybe I was just doing it this time because of that pressure. That bowling ball size, it feels like that size. I mean, it's hard to describe pain as a size, but it looks like that covers an area that feels like it's heavy. The pressure is so heavy that it feels like a bowling ball, you know. I thought then it has to be related to that this time, because it just started happening. Like I said, I've been experiencing this for 2 days. Well, actually, this is the 3rd day now, because the first day, I was just having the pressure, and I had a sharp pain here and there a few times and nothing, but I wasn't bleeding. Well, yesterday I had more sharp pains and the pressure's constant, and I started bleeding yesterday, and I'm still bleeding today and still having the constant pressure. I've had a few sharp pains today, not as many as yesterday, maybe, but the pressure is still there. The pressure is still pretty intense. Still feels like I got a bowling ball laying in there, right on top of my ovary or bladder or something. I mean, this feels like there's a bowling ball laying up inside there. It needs to be pushed out, you know what I mean? It sounds stupid, I know, but that's what it feels like, and it hurts. It's starting to hurt now. But not sharp pains, but this like a pressure kind of hurting, like, you know, the pressure's there and you want it to get off something. You want the pressure to get off so you can get comfortable, you know what I mean? Because it's getting like, it's hard to explain. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I've talked about it enough. I don't want to bore you guys. Because this thing's been going on for 45 minutes. So I will get off here with today's vlog. I know most of you guys are not going to watch all of this anyways. So you won't get to hear all my TMI. So, and for the ones that do watch this all the way through, which I'm surprised if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with me and listening to my TMI vlog for today. This feels better to get it off my chest and talk about it, you know. Sherm keeps trying to get me to go to the doctor, but I told him not again. It ain't happening again. Because every time I do, they just look at me like I'm freaking crazy. And they do all these tests and pelvic exams, and they can't, everything looks fine. You know, I get sick of hearing it. So I told him no more. I'm not going back no more. If there's something there, which there has to be, because what else would be making you feel a pain and pressure and make you bleed? But apparently whatever it is, they ain't meant to find it. So I'm not going to keep going back to the doctor for it. I decided that last time. Last time I was in the ER and all they wanted to keep doing was shooting me full of morphine and stuff. And I said no more. All they wanted to do is keep shooting me through IV pain medications. And I'm like, this is freaking ridiculous. I'd rather just stay home. You just give me the IV pain medication, go get me drugged up. I want you to solve the problem. Make it go away. Take the pain and pressure and take it away. Make it stop. Not just give me a bunch of drugs and send me home, you know. I'll just go home and lay in bed, take Tylenol. Whether it work or not, I'd rather lay in my own house than lay in the hospital, you know what I mean? So I eventually told them no more morphine. No, I wasn't having it. They tried to give it to me last time I was in the hospital for something. It wasn't even for my stomach, it was for something else, or maybe it was my stomach. It might have been my stomach disease last time I was in the hospital, because I'm in the hospital a lot for my stomach disease. And I think it was what it was for, and they tried to give me morphine, and I'm like, can I have Tylenol instead? So they gave me Tylenol. I didn't want them to give me that stupid morphine. I hurt bad enough to get it, but I didn't want to take it. I don't like taking those kind of drugs like that unless, you know, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely have to. And besides, every time they give me morphine, it made my nose itch and swell up like crazy. And I just keep digging at my nose, scratching my nose, and it would swell up and be red. Hated it. Hated it. But anyway, I will be quiet now. I will let you guys go. Thanks for sticking with me if you have. And I'll see you guys soon, maybe, God willing, with another vlog. And don't worry, it shouldn't be as long next time. Hopefully you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. I'm going to go see what my daughter's problem is now. She's probably getting tired of me telling me to shut up. So, bye guys.